When I first heard we were going to waterfowl hunt in Canada, I thought, great, you know, Canada, you can't beat it. It's where all the ducks are hatched, and they're pretty ignorant when the season starts. You just, not a lot of hunting pressure up there really compared to down in the States, so you can really get some great waterfowling in.
Great waterfowling will be a refreshing change for Spomer's partner on this hunt. Nicole Jones dedicates most of her hunts to whitetails, turkeys, and mule deer, which leaves little time for web-footed prey. Nonetheless, she learned to handle a scattergun while just a lass at her daddy's side, and is eager to see if she still has the knack. Now, if only the birds would cooperate.
Nicole is really a breath of fresh air. It's not often you see young people wanting to hunt with the sort of enthusiasm that she has.
I was so excited coming to this hunt. The anticipation of the hunt was just unbelievable.
Our waterfowl hunts are primarily for ducks and geese. We do a mixed bag shoot all the time. We try and get ducks and geese at the same time. We typically do field setups in the early season, and we will set up over water in the later season for ducks.
It being the last week of the season, our team takes McNeil's advice and checks out a nearby wetland. Smart move.
We drove over to the lake to see if the birds were on there, and it was covered up with mallards, just green heads everywhere. Of course, they rose up and flew to the other end of the lake. We sat up in the shadow, in the lee side. Of course, birds like to come in, landing into the wind, and if we're sitting with our backs to the sun, they're looking into the sun, we're in the shadows, they're not going to see us. Once they saw those decoys, it was just a matter of chuckling them in, and it worked beautifully.
We're ready to go.
Right here, Dan.
No, look at the big group. Look at the big group. Big group coming in, big group.
Well, one's better than none.
There you go, Ron. Good job.
Let them come in, let them come in. Let them get close.
Tell me when, Ron. You call the shot.
Take them. Oh, nice shot.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. That a girl.
All right.
Crushed it.
Woohoo.
All right, Nicole, pop that bird up there and smile. Perfect. Pull that duck in a little bit. There you go. Well, there's enough teeth in that shot.
Blue Sky Outfitters catches the very front of the annual migration as ducks and geese from as far west as Arctic Alaska stop for their first taste of grain. This begins the famous Central Flyway that passes over the wetlands and grain fields of the plains en route to the Gulf Coast.
Too low, too low.
Take him. Good shot, girl.
Yes.
We're freelancing for ducks. So often we get tied into our blinds in the same old, and keep going back to the same spots. If the ducks aren't behaving the way you want them to, if they're in a new area, go out there and look for them. So here in a cut bank, no blind, no structure at all. Just put a few decoys out, depend on calling, and an area in which the ducks want to land.
Here we go.
Which way are they going? Oh yeah, oh, Nicole, right over the trees there at about 2 o'clock. Here they come. Nicole, you got them?
Yep, they're gonna come in.
Oh, they're looking good, they're looking good. You ready?
Yeah.
Take them. Oh, nice shot, girl. Good job. Man, everything else was hands.
Good girl, Sophie.
Oh, Nicole, behind us. Oh yeah, they're gonna commit. They're coming around your side. Not quite close enough yet. Oh, come on. What was that all about? They see something? It's your darn teeth again. It's like a flashlight. Nicole, 11 o'clock.
I can't tell what's a hen and what's a drake.
You ready
Brady, here they come.
Gooses are wild. I got me a double, girl. I love when a plan comes together, as they say. Not every day I get to get a double on a pintail drake and a mallard drake.
After all that action, the ducks decided to seek quieter waters the next morning. Once Kevin spotted flocks returning from feed fields, he moved in quickly to set the blinds and spread the decoys.
We've been seeing mallards pitching in someplace, and this is the place. They've been landing in this creek. Parts of it are frozen, parts of it are open. We flushed a bunch of birds off right here, and they immediately started circling this stubble fields, probably barley. And they're sitting out there pigging out. We're going to get them when they come back to the creek, or we're going to get other birds that are going out to feed. Okay, they're coming from the backside. Hold tight. Okay, get up, spin around, and shoot the ones behind you when they get off the water. You ready? Go. Nice shot! Yes. Good job!
It was really cool. They circled around, didn't think they were gonna come in, and then finally in he came and swung my gun and he went down. It was, I mean, it was awesome to be able to get that duck, and it ended up going awesome.
Oh, we're gonna make one more turn. Lots of drakes in that bunch.
They're gonna swing around all right. Where are they going?
Where'd they go?
They're over here to the right. They're flying away. Yeah, they're flying away.
They're just nervous. They don't know where they want to sit for the night. That's
No,
that
there's
same
some
bunch
more
that we
right there,
saw
too.
way over there.
Some more gonna join them.
I watched them come all the way over here. Oh, they're coming. They're coming, girl. You ready?
I'm ready.
Take them. Oh, feathers.
We
Just
got one.
Feathers. Yeah, that immature drake. You know that old waterfowler syndrome, and the afternoon drags on and you start to get a little bit sleepy because you've been up since 4 o'clock. No problem here. About the time you'd start to just get a little bit naughty, here would come another flight. So it kept us on our toes. Take it. The spoonie. Spoonbill. A spoon-billed teal. We kept talking, we kept watching the skies, and those birds kept us active. It was great. Right here. Shoot this drake, right? Take it. Good shot.
Good night, though.
Pretty.
It's a beautiful night. This is a beautiful place.
Too quiet for duck hunting, too pretty for duck hunting. I don't know. The pretty part.
At least we're out here, right?
Yeah, we're doing
That's all
all
that
right.
matters.
Picking a few up.
Okay, let's get one loaded here.
You have any specific patterns you want set?
Yeah, we're gonna set an X pattern.
Okay.
Geese may not be the smartest birds, but you want to get up plenty early to set up decoys and blinds before they start flying. After that, it's up to them.
Ronald,
How are you doing, ma'am?
are you ready?
No, I'm still setting out my decoys. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, it's getting exciting. Oh, they're coming right over us.
Wow.
Right over the top. Come on, somebody drop in here. Yeah, here's 6.
Here comes some.
6 at 12 o'clock. Okay, make it 5. Come on, break off, boys. Come on.
Holy cow, look at him. Oh my God. This is cool.
Nicole is going ballistic. She can't believe it. Skein after skein of geese coming out of the east, beautiful. And they're coming right for our field. This is going to be it. Get those cartridges loaded up. We're going to shoot birds. Almost.
Come on, come this way, come this way. Don't turn, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. They're all going over there to the right, aren't they? They're all going to land over there.
They'd go off to the right. They'd go off to the left. They'd stay behind us. We considered something showing. We're spooking them somehow. We looked things over. Looked good. Kevin said it's the same setup they've been using successfully. Why wasn't it working? Who knows?
We're always getting fresh new birds, except for today. Today's the end of the season. They didn't want to work today. This is one of the days I call it just hunting.
To travel this far and miss what is arguably some of the easiest goose hunting in North America might seem the worst of luck. But for Ron and Nicole, 2 days of incredible duck hunting more than compensates. Great dog work, great shooting, lots of ducks, plenty of opportunities, and beautiful autumn days in clean, open country seal the deal.
Oh, yes. You know, I was a little nervous because we were late in the season. I'd been moose hunting earlier in the year, and I met a gentleman from Alberta who said, you're going hunting up at Grand Prairie for waterfowl. When? And I told him late October. He said, man, I'm thinking the water's frozen and the birds are gone by then.
And that's what makes our outdoor adventures so memorable. It's the little things, the special moments when we truly feel our connection with the natural world. Whether that's shivering in the cold just before dawn, tensing in anticipation of approaching flock, collecting duck dinner with a clean shot, or missing an easy left to right, our memories make up our hunting legends.